Alright, hello and welcome back to my channel. Once again, another quick review for me to catch up on the albums that I missed. And we are going to be doing The Death of Slim Shady by Eminem. Of course, I do agree with what everyone's been saying. This is the best thing that he has released since the Marshall Mathers LP 2. But unfortunately, while there is a lot of quality stuff on here, I still think there's a good bit of misses. But it is stronger than I expected. I will say that. You know, the past couple albums I've been, as well as I think everybody else, very skeptical when this was announced and when it initially released and I was going into it. I was, very skeptical of what I was going to hear. This concept itself, it doesn't really hold on too strong with the whole him killing the Slim Shady alter ego, but then it might have been a dream, like it might not be real, so maybe it'll come back, I guess. I don't really know. I don't think anybody knows. I'm not sure if Eminem knows. But like many of his albums, I think that this thing should have been cut down in songs. I think it's like 20 songs. It's like way too long. My favorite tracks are going to be Renaissance, Fuel, and Toby. I think that Renaissance I do want to highlight is one of the best performances, if not his single best performance on this entire album. It does the best with really recapturing that old Slim Shady feel, but in a modern era. I absolutely love that track. I think that might be my favorite one across the whole thing. Across the whole project, though, I would say the features are pretty good. You don't have, honestly, maybe besides Jid, I don't think you have anything overly too crazy. Some entertaining ones, but then you definitely, as of course, because it's an Eminem album, you do have some stinkers in there. I don't think Bizarre should have been the D12 member of choice to be on the album. I get it's like, okay, with the Slim Shady and like the craziness that, he puts on, but it's like you could have just picked anyone from D12. They all used to rap some crazy wild shit, and Bizarre just doesn't really have the technical capability. He just isn't as charismatic. His bars aren't as clever. I think that was a failure. I've never really been a big fan of Skylar Grey's. I don't think many people are. I know that her and Eminem, like, they're kind of building this catalog together, but just definitely a miss. Another disappointing thing on here is the lack of Dr. Dre. I would have loved to see some classic Dr. Dre beats on here, maybe even a feature or two. I mean, you have a song called Guilty Conscience 2, and there's, like, Dr. Dre is not on there. I was really hoping it to be, like, a song of where it's Slim Shady talking to Dr. Dre again, and it's him being, like, maybe he kills him or something. But I guess, he did it in, like, a kind of mature way where it's, like, him taking accountability. I don't know. Not fantastic. It's like an okay song, but again, like I said, the concept just doesn't really hold up all too much. Again, not even just Dre. I just do want to say really quickly, there's no classic features at all. You don't have a Snoop Dogg. You don't have a Royce da 5'9". Like I said, Bizarre is the only member of D12 that's on here. It's just really, honestly, I think that's criminal when you have what is essentially supposed to be like the sequel to the Slim Shady LP is this, and it's just very disappointing in my opinion. And also, he didn't really lean too much into that Slim Shady voice all too much, like, where it's like the real nasally thing, and that was a big disappointment for me. Is like, what are you supposed to take as Eminem and what are you supposed to take as Slim Shady, because it's kind of coinciding together at this point. Like, you don't really have like a distinction other than just like, wow, I said some crazy shit, but it's like, okay, but when you were Eminem, you said some crazy shit too. So it's kind of like, I don't know, you need to do a better job at distinguishing. So that was another gripe I had. Overall, not a bad project, but not one of my favorites of his. I would rate this at about a 64%. That's about my enjoyment on here. But yeah, that's my review. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. If you're there, like and subscribe to see more. Bye now.